where you'd think Edmonton would have a decided advantage. The Oilers are 8-5 in OT. They've won 3 in a row on goals by McDavid, Hyman, and Bouchard. St. Louis, in contrast, is just 1-7 in overtime this year. In games decided in the 3-3, it's been a big reason why the Blues are out of a playoff spot. But their one win came just last week against San Jose on a goal by Robert Thomas. So 3-on-3. McDavid, Draisaitl, Bouchard, the usual suspects. And what a massive face-off it is between Draisaitl and Oscar Sundqvist out there with Holloway and Broberg. The importance of this first possession, and it will belong to St. Louis. McDavid stumbled. Broberg sneaks in down the right-hand side. Draisaitl relentless, freed it up for McDavid, and then he lost it to Holloway. Back to Robert Thomas. Thomas churns the legs. Holloway will give it to him. Robert Thomas behind the net. Back to Dylan Holloway. Looking for a lane. Shadowed by Bouchard. He'll take it back to center and a regroup for the Blues. Thomas checked by Draisaitl. Ahead to Holloway. Can't get much of a shot off. Tripped up. No penalty call. Freed up for a moment. But then Bouchard able to shield Holloway from the puck. And he'll take it up ice. McDavid sets a bit of a pick. Bouchard to McDavid on his backhand. Backdoor. Sprawling save. The puck cleared off the line by Holloway. They're ruling ahead. Pass not a closed fist. Now it's Bouchard for the win. And that puck stays out. Blues. Thomas unable to reset. Draisaitl to McDavid off balance.
Tired skaters on the ice here.
Draisaitl has it brushed off his stick. Holloway will get a change. McDavid staying out. These three have been on for 1:15. McDavid now changes. Draisaitl has not. Neither has Bouchard. Draisaitl finds Hyman. Broberg still out there for St. Louis. Crowding Hyman. Coming over to help Buchnevich. Thomas takes it away. And frees it up for Buchnevich. And now Broberg can change. Thomas probably needs a substitute as well. Up to Fowler. He mishandled the puck. Here comes Ekholm for the win. On his backhand, no shot. Kept possession. And then the pass a little bit wide of Hyman. No stick for Joel Hofer in the St. Louis net. Let's see whether Roslovic will try to test him. The stick is to Hofer's left. Drop off. Savoy shooting. Hofer without a stick makes the save, and then a rebound flicked in front. Hofer able to collect his stick. Roslovic to Savoy. Matthias Ekholm. Thomas still stuck out there. Roslovic tried to sneak back door. Thomas has been out there for 2.5 minutes. Ekholm and jabbed away by Buchnevich. The exhausted Thomas will change. But Colson shooting, and that was deflected out of play. Now both teams can take a collective gasp and reset.
Yeah, great action in the offensive zone, almost capitalizing on the fact that Thomas was really tired. He gets off the ice, so here's the pass over to Draisaitl, gets a big chunk on this shot as he just tries to slam it back off the skate, off the post, up top, and almost dribbles in on the way down. Can't be much closer than that.
Suter and Draisaitl with McDavid and Bouchard back on the ice. The puck eventually wrestled free to McDavid, and Bouchard deliberately kind of backs off. He wants a total reset in the neutral zone. Snuggerud, Suter, and Parayko out for St. Louis. Here's Draisaitl with the lurking McDavid. Draisaitl will keep it himself. He'll dish off Bouchard. Poked away by Snuggerud, but McDavid is there to reel it in. Drop it off for Leon Draisaitl. McDavid through a screen. Tried to go backdoor to Draisaitl and broken up by Parayko. Flicked over to McDavid. Back Snuggerud defending, and he took it away. What a play by Snuggerud. Parayko in a race with Draisaitl for the puck. Grabbed by Bouchard. With McDavid.
That was an incredible defensive play by Snuggerud on McDavid. A forward up against McDavid on a one-on-one. And somehow he's able to disrupt them.
Draisaitl tried to thread it through. Broken up. Pressure that time from Berggren. What a play by Draisaitl to McDavid. He's got Broberg in a spin cycle. Denied by Hofer. And now the Blues with possession. A late change for Edmonton. Here's Berggren trying to take advantage. Circling. Waiting. Snapping it toward the net and booted away from Broberg by Ingram. Broberg under pressure from Hyman kept it alive. Race for the puck. Roslovic will beat Holloway. Final minute of overtime. Tremendous action all of a sudden at Enterprise. Here's Roslovic. Shadowed by Broberg. To the point for Darnell Nurse. He's had some overtime magic. Fends off Kyrou. Good not threaded on net. Kyrou snuck it free for Robert Thomas, and the Blues are away. Thomas. Drop pass. Kyrou. To the net. Backhander denied. Connor Ingram. Thomas. Fowler. 10 seconds. Thomas. Shoots. Scores. The Blues keep their season alive. Coming back from 2-0 down with 8 minutes to play. And Thomas wins it with 8 seconds left in overtime.
A ton of taps for Joel Hofer, who had a fantastic game, made some huge saves. And bent but didn't break and allowed his team to claw back as they've done of late, now 7-1-1. In their last 8 games played, the St. Louis Blues playing their best down the stretch. Great save here by Ingram on the first chance by Kyrou. And then some movement again, Fowler to Thomas, and he just zips this one across the grain. He's so good at kind of selling that shot and then just zipping the wrister short side. Bar in. Had to be a perfect shot to beat one of these goaltenders tonight. And the St. Louis Blues claw back from a 2-0 deficit and win this 3-2 in overtime.
5th career OT winner for Robert Thomas. The Blues came in just 2-10 in games decided beyond regulation. But with their season on the line, they keep their point streak intact at 7 games, and they're now within 2 games of 500.